he pings me. Here we go. Hello, everybody. We got a curtain raising. This is funny. Welcome to the new and improved Friday Night Live stage. We got this thing revamped because Coolmaster's on holiday, so he had a little bit of spare time. Very funny. You didn't even tell me about this. I just figured this out 2 minutes ago, so that's great. Well, we'd like to thank you all back for episode 13. We're finally back after the Q&A session. We're back and we're prepared. We're chilling out, and I'd like to first introduce a very dear friend of ours, me and Coolmaster, a guy we've known for upwards of 2 years, stretching back to 2020 GA with 2E Swiss and 4E Swiss, maybe I don't even remember. But now he's the artillery Grand Battery Commander, our good friend Jaidster Crusader.
Hello.
Along with him, we have the newest Marshal, official Marshal. Sorry, Jaidster, you're not technically a Marshal. You're just a really upwards general.
Yeah, I don't want that filthy Marshal rank.
Sure.
The aristocracy. But we'd like to introduce a very dear friend of mine, Unitedium, former aide-de-camp 11 for like literally ever, and now finally he's gotten his third corps. I'd like to thank you both and welcome you both on.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Thank
Finally.
Yeah, finally. For those of you who don't know, we've literally been planning this episode for months, but Avilium and the rest of the general staff just kept postponing the Grand Battery. So literally, it's taken us like 2-3 months to finally get these two together because we really wanted to have the newest marshals, newest leaders, I guess, on, and hell of a struggle to get you guys on. It's stupid, but all right, here we go. So I have a question for you, United.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, newest marshal, you have a lot of struggles, obviously, with managing a corps. What would you say is your biggest struggle at the moment in terms of adapting to the new position?
I would say staff retention. It's been definitely difficult to get people, to stay in terms of, staff, because it's with the new corps, you're always setting up people that, that are a bit not as I would say into you or know you as well. So like keeping them kind of around your style, it's kind of it's been a bit of a tough time to adjust to them.
So with staff retention, are staff like just like straight up leaving?
Kind of. It's just they have I have a special style of commanding or a way of doing stuff. They just don't like my way. I'd usually go feedback around. Jaidster can tell you how I like to do it. It's just it's very weird to have a new corps with brand new people you haven't talked to, and then immediately jump into like a battle and start commanding, and they're like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, my bad. I need to get to know you guys first," and then they kind of just broke down completely. Ugh.
And handle the Unitedium mojo.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that one. Get a board that can handle the neutron style.
Later.
So obviously, I don't know the process for becoming a marshal. So how were you chosen for the position? Was it like you got groomed or like what?
To be honest, I have no clue how it happened. I was one day talking to my boys in 4E, and then I got pulled into a staff meeting and said, "We would like you to become our third corps marshal. It's your choice to choose. It's your choice and your decision." The details of that were they wanted to expand, and they looked at me for the best option as they saw what I did in the first corps, and they were like, "I believe you could do good in the third corps."
So they reached out to you, and you didn't really reach out to them. Is that kind of how it works?
Yeah, I was kind of happy in the first corps with my boy Jaidster, my boy Lego, Hadrian, and I gotta give credit to my boy Monkey Ram. Him and I may have our opposition, but and it was fun there. So, but they asked me to step up and take over the third corps, and I said sure.
Well, glad you got the position. I think I remember when you got it, I was like, no one else really deserved that kind of position. Because I mean, you'd been adjutant for like 2 years, dude. You'd been Lev's aide de camp for like literally ever. It was getting
Uh,
ridiculous. I was like, when is this man gonna get his promotion already?
I was thinking it was 90s aide de camp, and then I that whole thing that happened, of course, we know. And then I took a step back, and then Lev brought me up to become his general, and I was his general for what? Jaidster, could you? Because I'd probably you might know a bit better than I.
You've been his general longer than I've been here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's kind of funny.
Goes to show the veterancy status they look for.
Mm-hmm.
So now for you, Jaidster. In regards to sieges, artillery are a bit infamous for TK.
Yeah.
As you know, probably because of all the hate mail you get in your DMs after siege events, and pictures of KDRs and whatnot of your negative cannoneers. But what would you say to the people who are constantly getting mad about artillery and whatnot during sieges? What would you say to them?
I mean, I would like to be a bit long-winded about this because it's a very big part of my career. So I'll start from the very beginning. When I first joined Great Glorious 7E under the equally great and glorious Lord Kevy, right? Uh, he did his job, I think, very, very differently in a very, very unique way, to say the very least. In like the fact that he kept 70 alive, but he did it in a very, very unconventional way, which many people criticize. Anyway, um, anyways, so with the great glorious Kevy rule over the 70, team killing was quite a big part in that kind of era. So when I took the reins over the 70, I was coming from um, the lens that 70 just team kills everything. So um, what I did try and do is something called the radical concept of not trying to explode my teammates. Um, but this will pertain, I'll get into a bit more, but sometimes that's a bit difficult because sometimes the teammates kind of like to explode, it seems. Like, I don't want to pin the blame on, infantry because it's a mutual kind of issue. But for example, in sieges, right, the infantry is attacking the same exact spot I'm attacking. And, considering I'm firing a big giant ball of iron or lead into a big giant wall that does AoE damage, it tends to happen that a lot of people are caught in the blast. And again, I'm going to go into a bit more detail about that, but with artillery, it's very, very different compared to infantry. Infantry, right, you can, go places and, just be your own separate unit. Artillery is a support unit. So when you see, a lot of 70 negative KDRs, right, a lot of the time is, either counter like artillery, like the enemy artillery shooting at us. So like one howitzer shot will take out an entire cannon crew. Thus, one shot kills like 4 people, and that tends to lead to a negative KDR. Or it's lack of infantry support, in which a random regiment of whatever's opposing us, right,
Yeah.
gets a sneaky flank off and kicks our ass because we have pistols, and I've trained my guys to focus on the cannon rather than the people shooting at us, because the most important part is to get that cannon loaded and then get it unloaded as fast as possible into whatever group of enemy. So that tends to come into effect of, negative KDRs and the like. Now, I would also like to, have a moment to give a public service announcement to the great glorious infantry of the Grand Army. Is that, protect your artillery. You can't just ignore it. As I said, infantry gets around you sometimes, and then we get kind of bamboozled. And that's why I really like the Premier Corps. 4E especially stands out to me as, maybe a toxic regiment, as some would say. But the 4E has done so much for artillery and has used artillery in conjunction with their infantry spectacularly. Lego does a fantastic job at playing around my cannons and playing around his men, and extension to the 18E now, right? They do a great job as well as protecting my flanks, keeping infantry away from me so I can explode the enemy infantry. And I think a lot of the negative press the 7E gets is just from the fact infantry is trying to do the same thing as artillery in the same location, and things explode. And what I want to say more, but blanking, of course.
That is a very long way to say cope.
Very, very long way to say
Longest
cope.
way to say cope.
If you're pushing a point and artillery is firing, expect some deaths. It's gonna happen. You can't. But the whole point of a siege sometimes is just to have a bit more fun, and you can't coordinate every single cannon shot down to the letter. Of course, this is a Lego game, and deaths happen. And if you get killed, so be it. Your KD is not gonna be ruined. The only thing I'd say that's pretty funny is when you see a ranker jumping from a cannon and see their corpse getting sent to the moon. Like the.
Yeah, that
fucking.
It pisses me the hell off, but it's deep down inside, it's fucking hilarious because they're just minding their own business, and then they just fucking implode.
Stratosphere.
Man, I don't-
70 space program.
Exactly.
Dude, I don't know who made the Minotaur Ragdoll script, but that's a hell of a script, I'll tell you what.
Oh, it's why I fucking love artillery. Some nerds are standing behind a dirt mound. I hit it with a round shot, and you just see a body go Mach 10 into like the fucking skybox.
So, as we said, it's been taking months to get this episode. So, finally, Jaidster, you finally get your own little ping and organization. You get your own little regiment of our combined arms artillery. So how does it feel? How does it feel to finally get your regiment after waiting for like months?
I mean, to be honest, I would say it's kind of lackluster because with United, right, he has to constantly find staff, which I would say is pretty annoying, but it gives him something to do. Right now, my job is literally fuck all. 22 Neil, the guard CO or ex-guard CO, and now CO of foot artillery. He's the one carrying a lot of the work now of trying to get everything together and organized. So I'm just kind of here being like, okay, good job, Neil. Go have fun. And I'm just, trying to oversee him. And that's pretty much it. Again, just trying to keep in touch with the rankers of the 7E and the new rankers I get to interact with, the guard rankers. And that's pretty much my job.
So it's not as great as we all hoped, I guess.
I mean, I think eventually I do have bigger plans very, very far into the future.
Horse artillery?
I swear to fucking God, the amount of times I hear fucking horse artillery.
Horse artillery?
No, I'm a punch you. I'm a find you.
Horse artillery?
Jaidster is rapidly approaching your location.
But
Maybe, but
yeah,
horse artillery.
not horse artillery, but I don't particularly care, and it's a very, very far off idea in idea land. But I'm probably going to have a foreign artillery regiment, foot regiment, and then, once that gets filled, I will then probably open cavalry. But that's after the current situation solves itself, because there's still a lot of problems within artillery, because partially my fault, but I kind of made some hostile feelings between the 70 and the guard. So now we're dealing with that. But for the most part, a lot of the people are very nice to each other and are working well with each other.
Well, that's good. That's always good. Nice to see. When I was leading Marines to the Guard, we had a thing where we really wanted, because civilian pressured me to become like a kind of a land regiment, more focused. So like like the British Marines are always like fighting alongside their army and whatnot.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, well, if we're gonna fight, can we at least have the artillery detachment that was accompanied to land? So, with the possibility, like you said, of adding another artillery regiment, is Marine de la Garde artillery a possibility?
I don't know if I have that. Like, I guess it is technically within my realm of possibilities, but again, since I'm very new to the position, I do not know the extent of my power yet. So I don't know if I'll be able to, if we want to do a marine artillery, if I would be able to have such a thing.
There's also a Swiss artillery. You know
Yeah, I'm very aware. I'm very aware.
only our regiment
But
of
for whatever reason, Avilium wasn't very aware, and it was kind of cringe.
You didn't know?
No, he
I mean,
became aware. He
They had
became
an
very
entire-
aware,
they had an
and then
entire, like-
Levithium came apparently aware, and then that had to stop.
Dude,
it was
It
kind
was-
of uncool.
that's not cool.
Listen,
Avilium doesn't
that was
know his
that
own
was funny.
battalion,
It was funny it was funny as hell, but they said no.
That's ridiculous, bro. Battalion de Neuchâtel isn't even like, it's not even like 40 Swiss, bro. Come on.
Exactly.
It could be the 1ER Swiss, bro. The 1ER Swiss had a company of artillery. It's ridiculous. Well, that sucks.
We can't get all the good stuff.
Yeah, we can't.
Yeah, exactly. The general staff has to be cringe, or I guess in this case, even higher than marshal staff.
Cringe. Coolmaster, you have a question you want to ask? Yes, maybe.
I love that question. It's my favorite. So,
That's the best question, the hardest
so
hitting question I've ever
how I
heard.
answer that question is with a high five.
Yes. Okay, so you guys being both on a Lego game, what do you guys see yourself in 6 months to 1 year? Do you think you'll continue?
Hopefully
with
employed.
Roblox?
Retired. I've thought about this for a little bit. With me reaching the age that I am, and with classes coming in harder, I have thought about this for a little bit. I've not made it publicly known. Only a few people know in my inner circle. I actually haven't even told this to Nap, so I guess this is my official woo hello everyone. But probably in the next coming year, I guess, my retirement will be coming, as I will be moving off to a bigger college. I will hopefully do what I can for my third corps, and then once that day comes, I will be sent off.
What are you, like 25?
I'm not William's age, but I'm about to be 20.
Wait, William's 25?
No,
I'm sorry. What?
William's old, but he's not that old.
Yeah, Avilium's only 24.
Yeah,
Even Ethan's like 21, bro. I think Ethan's 21.
listen. I wouldn't know. I'm not gonna go around asking people's ages. That seems kind of weird. Not gonna lie.
Obviously it is. It is. I'm not asking anyone's. I'm just
Jaidster,
saying.
how old are
I
you?
mean-
Hmm.
I'm 14.
I'll solve
Cool, Master, can we switch seats, please?
No, baby.
Jaidster, there was a running meme back in 2E, whenever whenever like Leo left and whatnot. Jaidster for Major.
Yeah. I got a bit more than I bargained for, I will say.
Yeah, we out of all the people in Swiss, we all thought it would have been someone, I don't know, David. I could have expected David leading like a Portuguese legion, but like out of thin air, you just brought. I literally remember the moment, bro. You just pinged me in Swiss, and you're like, "Bro, I'm a colonel now," and you'd been in artillery for like 3 weeks. Ridiculous chain of command. You're like the Napoleon of our age.
Exactly. Yeah, I was in the right spot at the right time with the right great glorious Unitedium general.
Hello.
So that's how that happened for the most part. Yeah. So originally I wanted to join artillery because artillery is cool. Found out I had to fire a gun, I had to be a sergeant. So I was being particular about being a sergeant, and I'm not a sergeant. I'm a bit higher than that, so that's what that got me.
Really? Your taco hat says otherwise, Sergeant.
Taco sergeant.
Ridiculous. But let me think. Unitedium. Obviously, newest core. You got some big plans. What are some goals that you have that you might want to accomplish either by summer or the end of it?
So my main goal for right now, or sorry, my biggest goal is to rally. I'd say probably 90 people total, which could be kind of seen from other cores, not that undoable. But my biggest goal is to do something that I've been trying to. Well, I've been talking to Lev about is doing third core, first core versus the entirety of Men of War.
Yeah, that'll work out.
Oh yeah.
That's the battle honor plan right there, bud.
Listen, that's if I go out like that, I sign my retirement letter. I'm going out on that note.
Marshal Davout was shot in combat.
He was shot off his horse, never came back. The Iron Marshal wasn't made of iron.
Ridiculous.
But that will be my end goal, because I know me and Levithium can do it. Him and I both are very ambitious people, especially with him and his Premier Corps, and with my boys still there. If I get up to the rally numbers that we could definitely take on the entirety of Men of War.
Gotcha.
We did it once, we'll do it again.
All right, so obviously heads of your cores, you got goals, you got aspirations, but you've obviously had to have some struggles in the past. What are the hardest things you've come across that other people have maybe criticized you for, or thought that was like a simple task?
All the time, baby girl. Fucking. So again, to go back to 70 team killing all the time. The amount of people that told me hit this spot or like 70 sucks. Like, bro, fucking join 70. I'll give you a fucking lin stick, and you hit fucking wherever you fucking want, buddy old pal. Like, it's not super hyper complicated, but it's not as easy as, infantry, because infantry shoots at like max most of the time, like 300 studs or closer.
Yeah.
I shoot like 800 studs or farther.
Get closer, nerd.
Exactly. Get closer. Get closer. Ah, yes. So I can be even closer to the guy who's shooting at me.
All right. Well, we've asked a lot of questions, had a hell of a time. Now, if you guys like to come over here, we have a tiny little cannon for you, Jaidster, and a couple eyes for you, United. Jaidster, if you'd like to
Actually, that's 3 eyes, not a couple eye.
Wow. Aightdad.
Fuck off. My goodness. It's a couple. It's more than one. That's a couple. All right.
No, couples too.
It doesn't have to be non-monogamous.
You know what?
United is polyamorous.
Jaidster, Jaidster, that's it. I'm taking away your
Anywho.
cannon. It's not mine.
No.
Ridiculous.
You've lost cannon privileges.
You've lost canon privileges.
No.
You're going to the.
Well, anyways,
you're going,
tell us about your here. Come on, hold on. Let me see if I can pull it back up. There we go. All right, so tell us about your grand battery, why people should join it, why it's cool, and then we'll move on to United.
So the reason you should join artillery in general, it's a big fuck off gun. Big fuck off guns are cool, and if you don't like big fuck off guns, you're objectively wrong. And I think it gives you a more unique experience, right? It's completely different to infantry, and it's still equally, if not simpler, to get to know. But again, very different to infantry. So I hope that you might want to try and branch out into more something unique, because Men of War, right, might not be the first community with artillery, but it's one of the ones I would say with the best artillery tech. So it's a good place to try it out.
Understandable.
I agree with that one.
Well,
Now,
United, your
On the
core?
complete opposite spectrum of Jaidster, now if you really don't want to be in artillery, and you want to be in infantry, well, that's where the third corps is, right? We're still getting set up, so there's still some stuff that in progress. But if you want a place to go, it's a bit more laid back, a bit more chill, and not as uptighty. You can come to the third corps. We're still a bunch of people that love to mess around, have fun. Of course, it's the boys corps, not the third corps, the boys corps. So we have rifles. We have our Eisenberg regiment, which I don't even know what's going on with that. I hope they're done.
Loadouts win.
Love
No
Loadouts never.
No loadouts? Question mark? As of right now, we have 85E and 21E, which is like rifle. The 21E rifles, 85E infantry, and they're still going strong. So if you want to go a more chilled, laid back experience with infantry and rifles, come join the third corps.
Well, that's a. Yep, that sounds about
How
right.
dare you whack me?
Get
I would
whacked.
like to say one thing before we can continue.
Yep.
I have been sponsored 25 Bobucks to call out Don Varangian up top there. So congratulations. All right, we may continue.
All right, and if you're gonna make a shout out, I'm gonna make a shout out to my guard, my boy German. I gotta give you my shout out. My personal guard took a few bullets from me during combat. Love you, B. My only one true guard.
Based. Alright, well. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Copy and paste isn't working. Give me a minute. D. My copy and paste isn't working, bro. Coolmaster, do you have the theme pulled up?
Autumn,
no.
ranked.
My freaking thing. My copy and paste won't work. Oh, okay. Well, that's broken. Anyways, we'd like to thank you all for coming out. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, all the dudes who paid 1,300 Robux to have special seats up top. If you're special enough and you have your mom's credit card, you might as well go ahead and buy it. You get a special little seat up there, better view of a live stream you should be watching. We'd also like to thank our Tier 1 and Tier 2 donators for the absolute degeneracy that they are, for buying a what do we give them, like a picture of an eagle
And a medal.
and then a medal. That's what they got. That's what they paid for. That's what we gave them. We'd like to thank mosquito. We'd like to thank Shizo Clothing for these amazing suits. If you ever watch Falling Down, this is it. We also have American Psycho Clothing and other normal suits. We'll be coming out with more suits soon, more movie-themed suits. The Godfather, Joker, Taxi Driver, the classics, any cult comic, maybe even Django Unchained, who knows, I don't know. But we got all sorts of clothing for you. Go on down. It's allied to our development company. Thanks to Coolmaster, the head of that development company, for making this amazing background. We have a phalanx on the left, Marshal with a not gun, Lancers, artillery, cavalry, more guard people. But thank you all for coming out, and just...
Wait, let Jaidster fire the cannon. He's the...
Oh yeah, artillery man.
Oh yes.
How do I do this?
You
It
can
All
says
right.
canister ready.
Oh, hey, wait, is this gun loaded?
Yeah,
I
it's
can't-
loaded.
Can I look down the barrel, sir?
Come on.
Ah, yes.
Make
sure you get it. Make sure-
There you go.
Time
Oh,
to-
hold on. You have to click right under the barrel. I think.
Right on.
Like just spam click the back of the gun.
Just spam click.
That's what I had to do. When
Oh,
I was
man,
testing it.
This gun's so
It's-
clean. I love clean
I
guns.
can't
Come on.
figure out where to click. Am I tripping? I think I'm tripping. Hold on.
You just gotta spam click the back. You'll.
I think this is a load of barnacles.
Dude, this is so broken. Come on. Oh, dude.
This is true Men of War tech right here.
You're Man of War tech, I swear. Did Cool Death break?
No, it
I don't know.
For Christ. Okay. Just
Uh,
make sure you get a video of me. There you go. There's your artillery. Thank you all for coming out.
Jaidster, I love your round shot. Your aim is always impeccable.
especially when they're friendly forces. Ooh,
Ah.
70.
Oh, sir, yes, sir. Oorah. Meow, meow, oorah.
All right, there you go. Now the veil's lifted. Please, someone figure out how to fire the cannon.
it works. I
Thank you all for
swear.
coming out. I swear it works. I swear.
Mike, listen
Dude.
closely.
I don't know how to get it to
Farts.
work,
Oh, he's gone. He's not coming back.
dude. This is
one-
ridiculous.
This one has to work. This one
I-
up here.
I have no legs now, sir. I have.
Actually, that is improper wares you got there. You can't just have
Is it working? Is it working?
you can't just have half a
Dude,
uniform.
this thing is literally broken, bro. I can't. It's
Literally.
broken. I swear. Hold on. How does it work? How do we get? If everyone would move! Oh my.
Don't worry,
wanna-
Chris. You're cool.